just woke up late in the day. I haven't checked my phone. I believe what I'm about to briefly tell you that you will understand. Even if you have never experienced it before, okay? Even if you've never experienced it on your own, like if you have a brain, you'll understand this, okay? My mom was all upset, depressed, because she couldn't find anybody to do anything with her this weekend, okay? My mom's also not doing well, okay? She didn't sleep at all last night. She's not doing well, okay? I was up. I was agitated from having a hell day with her during the day, okay? As in hell, as in I almost feel like I'm going to wind up hospitalized, okay? From just physically, from okay, so she had her piano lesson today. I sent out texts to my friends, okay, including somebody from her church who, has been unexpected under the circumstances. I don't go to their church. I didn't expect you to be so nice to me when my mom, I was going through all that crap with her those 6 weeks, and then she's in the, I've cried to this person. I told you about that. I cried to her about Omar, too, of course. So right now, I predicted, I'm like, you know what? My mom is going to ask that piano teacher of hers to drop her off somewhere. Okay? I can't give you all the details. The fact is, I was saying to my mom last night, you're not going anywhere. Because she didn't have a ride. Not because if she has a ride to go somewhere, I will give her her credit card or cash or whatever she wants. But only if she actually has a ride to go somewhere. You understand? I predicted she was going to wake me up and say so-and-so is driving me somewhere. But I gave her card the other day. Okay, her debit card. Remember, I hold on to the checks and the debit card, and she loses everything, okay? It would be a disaster if she held on to that stuff. So, she still had the damn thing. And because I forgot to get it back from her the other day when her friend picked us up at my mom's appointment, doctor appointment, right? And I went elsewhere. Friend dropped me off elsewhere so I could do my own errands. And then my mom, of course, have the credit card. She wants to go out to eat. She wants to do whatever. She can do whatever she wants, so long as she has a ride. You understand? So long as she's not alone. But she wasn't doing well. Okay? Again, I'm not giving you all the details. Just suffice to say, I hope everything went okay today. Okay? Because if you're in certain situations, if you act up or whatever, remember, we had strangers before call the police on my mom when she decided to go to the movies alone. They didn't feel like she was acting right. Okay? So right now, I hope everything went okay today. I've been sleeping. I've been sleeping most of the day, and now I'm going to get ready to leave and hope everything went okay. I hope I don't have a phone call on my phone saying X, Y, and Z. Of course, it's possible things didn't go okay with my mom and nobody called me, too. If she's where they don't have my number, Anyhow, I wanted to point that out, because that is the reality that I live when my mother is sick, okay? She did exactly as I predicted. The only thing, the variable that was different was she didn't wake me up. I woke up and she was gone. But she's not doing well. I have to keep stressing that. And when she's not doing well, it's out of my hands if something, you know. Again, I point you back to when she also didn't, remember she tried to go far away one time and it did not end well for her that day. It was horrible. She tried to take all sorts of public transportation to go to some special thing far away from where we live. Remember I told you about that years ago. That could have easily ended in disaster for her because, you know, she gets sectioned, have someone call the police and send her far away from where I am to a different hospital, a different area. I can't even get there, you know. It's like a whole other ball game rather than this same hospital where she gets sent every single time for the past, you know, forever, even when I was living in California with Asshole and his mom, okay? And they even know her. Told you, she's even carried around pictures of me and old pictures, not how I look now. I was like, I talk to men, they want to meet you, they think you're pretty, or they think you're beautiful. That's not me, Mom. You still look the same. You look like you're, no, I don't. It's not the same. It's not me. Okay. I have no interest. Don't, please. Can't stop her, you know. Okay. The fact is, they know her. And then she'll get sent to specific, you know, depending on what area you're in. But if you're far, far away and you're dealing with a whole different hospital, because you never get sent directly to a mental hospital. You always have to be medically cleared in a regular hospital. And then if they determine, you know, it's a whole system of, you know, it's how it goes. And when she did that all on her own years and years ago before the pandemic, and I knew it was going to be a disaster, and it wound up being a disaster. She came close. She told me close to, I forget the exact things. I'm sure I told you guys at the time, but I forget exactly what happened. I just know that if she's going to end up in a mental hospital, in a regular hospital, we want it to happen nearby. So she's sent, you know what I mean? So I can get there and I can deal with them and, you know, and anyhow. So right now I haven't answered my phone. Hopefully everything's okay, or I could have tearful messages. My mom has her phone with her. I could have tearful messages. Laura, this happened, and they're sending me that. You have to help me. You have to help me. That. Or she could come home and everything will be fine. Such is the life that I live. So, until I'm ready to leave, because I have things to do, and now it's late, but I'm still going to do the things I want to do, and including finish my shower and whatever. I'm not going to answer my phone, you understand? So I'm going to get to have peace until I at least am safely out of the goddamn shower, okay? Get it? I hope everything went okay. The fact is, she does have her phone with her, okay? I forget the disaster, but there's been different disasters. Again, she went to the mall one time by herself years ago and wound up having the police called on her. Okay, so there's been other times. What have happened other times where I've gotten calls? So they don't send her to the mental health, but they do. She gave us your number. It's to make sure, we want to make sure she's safe and she can come home there, that you're there and you live there. I'm like, yeah, I do. She can stay. And that might even have been a time where I don't know that she's doing that badly, but it was a time she did it, took off on her own, but when you see an elderly person walking alone, even if they act weird, or you get frazzled in public, you get frazzled because you've lost your money or your credit card, this, that, whatever, and they can be concerned and call the cops, you see? It's just the reality of the situation, okay? Anyhow, just thought I'd point that out. That's what I'm dealing with here. I don't know what happened today. I haven't checked my phone. I could have a tearful message, or I could have a, hey, I just want, because she left one this morning, but she's out of it, and she didn't wait for the beep. So I got the very end of the message. That's as annoying as all hell, by the way. When my mother doesn't wait for the beep and starts rambling on before the beep, which means you're only going to get the very end of her message instead of it starting from the beginning where you really know what's going on. So, no fucking way am I going to listen to anything before I get in the shower. Are you fucking kidding me? Even if everything went okay for her today, miraculously, does that mean it's going to go okay for her any other, you know what I mean? She's not doing well. I can't deal with this. I'm still grieving my Omar, I just want to point out, you have to deal with this life where there's disappointment. She couldn't find anyone to do anything with her this weekend, okay? She shouldn't be going anywhere alone. What's going on today that I can't tell you about? It's a little bit different, but it doesn't mean she can't have the cops called on her if she acts strange, okay? Point being, when we meet, she and I, remember years and years ago, we visited, went far, far away on every public transportation form imaginable to visit her friend in the nursing home who deceased, died a couple years ago, or even less, okay, passed away. And my mom was insisting that she was going to be hired by them, okay, hired by them, and I had to beg them, please don't call the cops on her, please. Please don't do it. Because she was getting belligerent, that they were saying that they were trying to be nice about it. And I was going through absolute hell. But you have to remember, she would have tried to go alone and can end up dead or worse, or you know what I mean? You say what's worse than dead? Okay. She could have end up injured or dead or what have you. Okay? She was going to try to go alone. I had no choice. It was like blackmail. I had to go with her. And I didn't want to because she wasn't doing well. She was sick. And it wound up being really bad with me, like, begging this nursing home staff, please don't call the cops on her. We'll leave. I'll get her. Please don't. All right? She's not well. She's with, and they understood. But if she had gone alone or been whatever, easily someone might call the cops on her. Okay? So you never know what she's going to try to do. If she acts weird, like she's done even many years ago, she got sent to the mental hospital when I was in California with Donald and Asshole and his mom, or Donald himself, but probably both of them. She left briefly to get married and then came right back. That didn't work out, surprise, surprise.